Lots of news you need to hear, current cattle market conditions, upcoming female sales, and so much more. Crew, let's ranch it up. Good day, everyone, and thanks for riding with us on this all-new episode of the Ranch It Up Radio Show. I'm Jeff Tigger Earhart.
And I'm Rebecca Warner, a.k.a. Beck.
A big thank you goes out to our partners, the American Gelbvieh Association, Imogene Ingredients and Pharmatan, Westway Feed Products, Medora Boot and Western Wear, Dakota Cowboy, Allied Genetic Resources, Allied Feeding Partners, LivestockMarket.com, EquineMarket.com, AuctionTime.com, RFD TV, Wrangler, and this fine radio station. Well, Beck, where you been, babe?
Where have I been?
You hate it when I call you that.
I do. That is one of those
endearments. Why do you hate that? Because there's a lot of people that they call their significant others. Their significant other, not others, one, that they call them a term of endearment. But you despise all of them.
I would say all of them, but yes, a large amount of them. That one in particular, babe, you know what it makes me think of immediately?
What?
A throwback to the TV show Baywatch and the babes running down that. And if you're a gal like I who have chased after cattle and ran after cows, let's be real. My hair was not flowing and looking beautiful in a bathing suit running after a cow.
Painting all sorts of pictures right now. Everybody is just getting a kick out of this. No, we got to sometimes use those terms of endearment, but I understand where I use them at the wrong time.
That's the problem.
It's when the heat is on, the battle is on, and then that's when I use them, and they obviously don't work. But thanks for the visual.
Yeah, no problem. All the
Everybody's
guys, too, are giggling, too, thinking about their wives chasing after the cattle. Yep, you're welcome.
Cow country news. The cow stuff. All right, enough of our tomfoolery. We've got a lot to cover today. You've got news. What's going on?
First off, the meat industry groups and producers are expected to continue to receive marketing support through the checkoff programs now that Congress has rejected a proposal designed to ensure that taxpayer funds are not used as the programs move forward. Members of the U.S. House of Representatives late last month overwhelmingly rejected a proposed amendment to the Agriculture Appropriations Bill introduced by Representative Victoria Spartz. The proposed legislation was designed to add transparency to how the funds are collected and used, although the amendment's critics noted that checkoff funds stem from producer dues, making the added rule unnecessary. The tally of 49 in favor of the amendment versus 377 against took place before the House voted to oust former Speaker Kevin McCarthy earlier this month. All legislative activity in that branch of Congress was halted as efforts to find McCarthy's successor began. The proposed amendment generated strong opposition from ag and forestry groups, who collectively sent a letter to McCarthy last month expressing their concerns. The 130 trade organizations included the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, the National Pork Producers Council, and the North American Meat Institute. Now, in other news, Beyond Meat is aiming to reverse its recent fortunes with a new consumer marketing campaign centered around its new Beyond Steak product. The This Changes Everything campaign argues that plant-based steak can be used as a beef substitute in tacos, nachos, cheesesteak sandwiches, and other prominent foods. The company's Beyond Burger and Beyond Sausage products will also be spotlighted. The TV spot stars actor and producer Rizwan Manji, most recently known from the TV show Schitt's Creek, and includes a voiceover by actor and comedian Chris Parnell. The campaign will also include radio, social media, and billboard advertising. The senior vice president of brand marketing at Beyond Meat said in a release the campaign will emphasize our product's key nutritional benefits, including Beyond Steak's heart-healthy credentials, while still communicating their great taste.
Now, I can't argue with the fact that, yes, it can be used as a substitute in what you said, tacos, nachos, sandwiches, and other prominent foods. But what I can argue is the fact it's key nutritional benefits. Mm-hmm. Because you and I have looked at the label on this stuff, and if there are ingredients in said product that you cannot pronounce, it's probably not the best for you.
Agreed.
And the fact that they say they're going to communicate their great taste. We have tasted this stuff, And it's, okay, I'm just going to be honest with you. It's really like mush. I mean, it is not very good. So the fact that they're trying to communicate these key nutritional benefits, here's the ingredient in beef. You ready for this? Beef. It's only 3 letters, and one is doubled up. That's all beef. All right, I'm off my soapbox. What else you got for us?
Our next story takes us to a current court case. McDonald's and Wendy's successfully fended off a lawsuit alleging the companies falsified burger sizes in advertisements, according to court records.
So they're saying that the burgers are not as big as they are in the advertisements?
You've got it. That's the gist of it. A U.S. district judge ruled that there was no evidence to substantiate claims that the fast food giant served burgers smaller than advertised. The plaintiff contended that the ads depicted undercooked beef patties, as meat tends to shrink by 25% when cooked. However, the judge stated that efforts to present appetizing visuals were standard marketing practices, and the companies weren't obligated to sell burgers exactly as advertised. The ruling follows a similar lawsuit against Burger King, in which a judge said the company must face trial based on pictures on the in-store menu. There is also an ongoing case involving Taco Bell in a Miami federal court.
So let me kind of dive back to the one that you just talked about with Beyond Meat. We have looked at the different advertisements. We've looked at the menus. We've seen them. And I got to be honest, you know, everybody puts a lot of dollars into their advertising, of course, to make them appetizing, right?
You have to. Absolutely.
You got to do that. But here, when we actually opened up said wrapper to like the Impossible Burger or something like that, it looked nothing like the advertisement.
Correct.
I mean, it was not even the right color or anything like that. So in this situation where somebody is getting all bent out of shape and bowed up at McDonald's and what was the other one? Arby's?
Oh,
was it Wendy's? Was the other one?
McDonald's and Wendy's.
I think they're kind of taking things just a little far.
I would agree.
On that one.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're just because it's advertisements, just like ice cream. When they want to sell ice cream, you know what they use?
No, I don't.
Butter.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, ice cream. Think about it. If you want to take this nice video of ice cream, it's going to melt within a matter of seconds. So they will use butter on for creativeness.
Look at that.
Look at the stuff that you learn on the Ranch It Up radio show. And before you know it, the fall breeding season is going to be on us, or even maybe you're fixing to think about spring. Well, American Breeder Service, ABS, is proud to announce their 2023 Beef Fall Special. It's going on now as we speak through December 1st of this year. So going on now through the 1st of December 2023. Their fall special includes sires, genetics, lots of different deals that you can find, and it means that there are really big savings right now. Mix and match bulls to get volume pricing on some of the most elite genetics in the industry. Now, again, the special runs as we speak. It's going on today, and it's going on through December 1st. So order early while supplies last. You want a little bit more information, just go to absglobal.com. or check us out on the web. Go to our website, ranchitupshow.com, and we will have the links available for you as well that go right to their catalog. Now, stay with us. We are talking feeder calf sales, and I'm really curious about these bred heifer sales, what they're going to be bringing this fall. So we head to the sale barn. We talk more on cattle sales. So keep it locked right here to this fine radio station. I am the Ranch It Up Radio Show. We'll be back after this. It's that time of year when we're loading trailers and we're hauling cattle. Regardless of what's going on, ranching never stops. Neither should your nutrition program. With Westway Feed Products molasses-based liquid feed supplement, you can embrace a nutrition program that aligns with your ranch's unwavering dedication. Ranching never stops, and neither should your commitment to your cattle's health. For more information and to find a Westway Feed product rep near you, call 800-800-7517. That's 800-800-7517. Or visit westwayfeed.com. Fall production sales are fixing to rev up, and with the prices of calves, which are excellent, and the prices of the weigh-ups, which are excellent, it may be a time to take those older bulls to town, weigh them up, and apply those dollars to fresh genetics. Allied Genetic Resources is your source for bulls and females that can take your program to the next level. Check out the fall sales at AlliedGeneticResources.com and follow along on Facebook. We keep bringing you more and more information about Pharmatan, and for very good reason. It just works. Now, with calves getting ready to head to the sale barn, producers are culling cows and getting ready for next year. So start feeding Pharmatan now to the cow herd and knock scours out for next year. And here's the best part. It's super easy to incorporate into your existing rations. It can be fed in tubs, a TMR, loose mineral, liquid portions. Doesn't matter. They work with all major feed manufacturers. It's PharmatanuSA.com and follow along on Facebook.
Cattle Battle.
It's the Ranch It Up radio show, the most information packed into a 30-minute program that you can find. It's your all things ranching newscast, and so glad to be hanging out with y'all. Questions, comments, concerns, criticisms, rants, it doesn't matter. Call or text us, 707-RANCH20. Email, ranchitupshow@gmail.com. Prowling around social media at Ranch It Up Show. Now, this past week, there has been some pressure on the markets as the calves made their way to town. Steady markets for the most part, though. And I do want to know what is going to happen with these bred females come later this fall. I always kind of lose my mind about that. I'm always inquiring about that. But at present, I reached out to John Fisher with Stockmen's Livestock Exchange in Dickinson, North Dakota. Their reach is massive, and they market cattle all across the country. In fact, Beck and I, we traveled to their facility about a month ago, and we have many videos of cattle selling on our Facebook page from one of their inaugural sales, one of their really, really good sales. Head there, check it out. Our Facebook page, Ranch It Up Show. In fact, we reached a couple 100,000 of you with those videos. It was awesome. So, John, hey, thanks for taking a few minutes before you head on up to the auction block. Give me the just kind of a little bit of summary about what has happened. And I'm assuming that what's been going on overseas in Israel has kind of been putting a little pressure on all of our markets.
Yeah, it's been hard on the futures markets. Not as much on the cash, but we have seen some pressure. A few bucks 100 from our top sale that we had, but everything is still selling very, very good.
Now, here's kind of a little odd question for you. I've noticed that this year, and I don't know why that is, but there is a ton of pink eye that is out there this year. Have you seen that? That for some reason it just seems like, gosh, a lot of those calves are having to get some a little extra boost, a little extra vaccination in their pre-weaning program.
I think that's all due to the weather, and it was just a great year for flies to be out. There was more flies than I can ever remember out in the countryside, and I think that pink eye got spread quite a bit through the flies flying around the eyes there.
Now, has that been any deterrent on buyers knowing that fact that, yeah, it has been a nasty one for flies, or have they just been bidding and buying with confidence?
They're still bidding buying with confidence. If there's anything really scarred up eye, we get it pulled off here and we sell it separate. They still sell very good. It's going to be a few dollars 100, but I guess it'd be kind of equivalent to if you buy the same pickup. If one's got hail dents on it and one doesn't, you're going to, as the buyer point of view, you're going to give more for the good ones.
Right, exactly. Good analogy there. Now, I know that you and your crew, your partners, you've been taking a lot of phone calls of people saying, what should I do? And what should I do here? And I know that many times you act as consultants, if you will. And of course, I know that we don't have a magic 8-ball and we can't predict what's going to happen in the future. But I know that you've had that discussion, as we have too, with many people of, okay, you got to go back to the books and kind of see where you're at and what's your cash position in relation to debt and all those things. Is it a time maybe that you need to be moving some cows? What is your grass scenario and your feed? And all those factors come into play. And I'm leading you into later on this fall in the bred heifers and the cows, and I don't know why I always get all fired up about this deal, but I know a lot of people are looking at that specifically, and they're wondering, what are these bred heifers going to bring, and what are some of these cows going to bring when I got to start moving them? Because number one, there is a lot of salvage value in those cows, just in the weigh-ups, and we talk a lot about that. But number two, in those bred females, has there started to be some talk, some discussion of marketing those bred females and what demand could potentially be like for those females?
Yes, there has been a lot of talk. A lot of guys, some older gentlemen wanting to cut back, so they want to get moved out, move some cows out. I think that there's going to be probably a fair amount of cows moving for the year. I think that'll put a little pressure on seeing the really, really top-end prices. We will see some outstanding prices, no doubt, but over on the bred heifer end of it, I think that we'll see a lot of good heifers going to be from that 25 to 3 range. I think there will be some instances where it'll be over 3,000. I think one of the big deciding factors is going to be interest rates of what these cattle are going to cost. I mean, when you're paying 10% interest on a cow over 5 years, that's a lot of money.
Exactly right. And you know what's interesting? You throw in the fact of just nationally and really kind of globally on that fact, and we look at where the cow herd is at, and with the prices that we've seen at your facility specifically, when a person can move these feeder heifers, let's just call them that, and I tell you what, when you can move them for the prices that they are, and when you compare that to the feed that maybe you got to put them in the next year, and of course we never know what next year's going to hold, it's awful tempting just to say, you know what, maybe we need to move these heifers, that is, down the road, hence those incredible high prices for these commercial bred females.
I agree with you. It's hard to pass up that money. One thing I do think we do need to keep in mind, we got to build our cow herd back a little bit here. I mean, it's great to have these low cattle numbers, but you get dwindled down to too much, it's going to probably cause a little more vertical integration, and we need to see.
Exactly right. I think people need to kind of weigh the pros and cons, and especially, we always talk about when prices are bad, we need to think about the future, but when prices are good, I got to be honest, we all kind of get excited about that, right? We get smiles on our faces, and we're thinking, okay, we can start to do some things. But I think you're exactly right, because when you think about, the bulls that we turned out this spring, or maybe some people that are fixing to turn bulls out here in another month or so for those fall calving programs, it's going to be 3 years until if you keep those heifer calves and keep them in your herd, it's going to be 3 years before you even know what's going to be done with those females. So I think, at least in my opinion, when prices are good like this, we really need to focus on some longevity versus the emotion of that market and excitement. I mean, I'm glad to see it just like you are, but, now more than ever, I'm using that S word, sustainability. What is the future going to hold, and really what position and where do you want to be, not just 3 years down the road, but 5 and 10 years down the road, because you have to figure the life of that cow.
Yes, you do.
So people wanting some more information to kind of follow along, give us your website again, because all of us enjoy going and looking at the sale reports. I mean, I do each and every day. So give me that one, John, and then let us know where we can watch the sales live, too.
Our website is GoStockMens.com. You could also follow us on Facebook, be Stockmen's Livestock Exchange, Dickinson, North Dakota, if you want to hop on there and follow us. And we broadcast and we take bids live for our sales on Cattle USA. Get logged into there, or get us called up so we can get you approved, bid and buy on there.
Again, that's Stockmen's Livestock Exchange. You can go to GoStockMens.com. It's their website. You can bid and buy online, but you got to get approved first. Go to CattleUSA.com. In fact, there are many, 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 many sales across the country that you can view on CattleUSA.com. And always follow Stockmen's Livestock Exchange on Facebook as well. Wonderful people. Coming up on future episodes of the Ranch It Up Radio Show, how good are your soils? How important is soil health to us in the cattle business? It is everything. We've got some great information and great products to tell you about. But for now, keep it locked right here. We've got your market recap when we come back.
LivestockMarket.com. We hear from them each and every week, highlighting various sales and lots. But have you taken the time to cruise the site, look around, and see what cattle are bringing? How about lower that sale expense and give Livestock Market a try? It's about the easiest way to market your stock, and it puts your product on a worldwide view. LivestockMarket.com. It's simple and it works.
Before you head to the next rodeo, a concert, maybe a gathering on or off the ranch, we head to Medora Boot and Western Wear.
Tigger and Beck here for Medora Boot and Western Wear. Latest Western fashion in boots, jackets, and hats.
From durable ranch wear to keeping the horses in sturdy tack, visit medoraboot.com to order.
Or better yet, plan to visit Medora, North Dakota and shop Medora Boot and Western Wear.
Again, go to medoraboot.com. You can follow on Facebook and tell them Tigger and Beck sent you.
You're going through your calves, looking what worked and what didn't work. So as you're reviewing your program, you need to ask, is this a time to change? Is this a time to make additions or subtractions? Galvy and a balancer may just be the right fit for you. Galvy and Galvy-influenced females offer sustainability and maternal growth, while the bulls can add those extra pounds at weaning. Find a breeder near you, galvy.org. Or check out Galvy on Facebook.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Ranch It Up radio show. It's that time in the program when we check in with Kirk Donsbach, StoneX Financial Incorporated, and we recap the markets to kind of see what went on from the week before, try to get some trends if we can. And by the way, you can subscribe to Kirk's free newsletter by texting the word cattle, CATTLE, to 33777. So go into your text messaging app. In the to area, put in 33777, text the word cattle, comes to your email each and every week. So, Kirk, how are you, my friend? What's going on?
I'm doing very good, Tigger, and we've started moving into fall up here with all the jobs associated with fall, the shipping and seeding, but that's been quite nice.
And you said when we were off air that you're fixing to start gathering calves and start getting ready to move home. 'Tis the season, right?
It is the season.
So what went on markets last week? Let's wrap them.
All right, Tigger, as of Friday, October 6th, October feeders closed the week at 248.52.5. That's down 380 on the week, with the CME feeder index at 250.41, down $1.70. So you'll notice that cash did not move down as much as the futures did. That left our basis at a positive $1.88.5. October live cattle futures closed the week at 183. That's down $1.17.5 on the week, with cash trading 182 to 183 in the south and 183 to 184 in the north. So the spread between the north and the south is basically narrowed up to $1. That left our 5-area weighted average down 94 on the week at 182.65, and the basis versus October futures a negative 35. So the market has a little bit of work to do on the basis yet as we go into delivery. Weekly slaughter was 628,000. That's up 16,000 head versus last week, but still down 41,000 head versus the same week last year. Choice boxes closed up $1.23 on a weekly basis at 302.01. You'll notice that we're holding that $3 level, but they did hit a weekly low at 295.61. So it was nice to see them bounce back and close above $3. Wrap this all up, December corn closed the week at $4.92.5. That's up 16.5 cents on the week. We're still trading within that range, but now we're threatening the top side of 507 basis December.
Attention, heifer development operations. Are you looking for a better way to market your bred heifers this fall? Private treaty sales from LivestockMarket.com could be the option you've been looking for. Private treaty sales put control in your hands. You set the price and terms of sale, so you're not subject to the winds of the market on any given day. Private treaty sales from Livestock Market get your heifers advertised on LivestockMarket.com, the world's largest private treaty cattle sales website. Premium listings guarantee your heifers appear at the top of all searches on the website, ensuring your listing gets seen by buyers actively searching for bred heifers for sale. Premium listings also include a full-page advertisement in the Livestock Market magazine, the only nationwide publication dedicated to the needs of commercial cattlemen. Get all you deserve for your heifers this year with premium listings from Livestock Market. To get started, just go online to LivestockMarket.com and click Sell My Livestock in the upper left-hand corner, or give us a call at 844-775-4762 to speak with a cattle marketing rep today.
I tip my hat to you, from one legend to another.
Before we say fare thee well, we know that this week is wrapping up as National FFA Week, and we want to give a tip of the hat to all of you that are involved in FFA, including the advisors. It's been a lot of fun seeing the different schools across the United States that had Drive a Tractor to School Day.
Before we go, tell that story. What was that? Tell that story.
Well, just super cool. I've actually seen a number of different high schools across the United States, especially in farming, small town communities. And we're talking, they're driving anything from the big 4-wheel drive tractors to the loader tractors to their grandpa's tractors. It's just been a lot of fun of seeing these guys and gals cruising up and parking where the seniors park with their big old tractors.
The Navy and the gold. Yeah, through this door pass many friends of the FFA. Bringing back a lot of memories, actually, when you said that. I never drove a tractor to school. Now I want to do that.
I never did
I
either.
want to grab a tractor, jump in the skid steer, and drive it to town.
I rode a horse to school once.
Well, okay, that would count. I mean, but did you do it on National FFA Week? That's what the key is. And now that's going to wrap it for today. A big thanks from our crew to yours, John Fisher with Stockmen's Livestock Exchange, Kirk Donsbach with StoneX Financial Incorporated, Mark Vanzi with LivestockMarket.com, EquineMarket.com, and AuctionTime.com, and to you, the boss lady, Rebecca Warner, a.k.a. Beck.
A big thank you to our partners, the American Galvay Association, Imogene Ingredients, Pharmatan, Westway Feed Products, Medora Boot and Western Wear, Dakota Cowboy, Allied Genetic Resources, Allied Feeding Partners, LivestockMarket.com, EquineMarket.com, AuctionTime.com, RFD TV, Wrangler, and this fine radio station.
And crew, so glad y'all came with us one more time as we ranch it up. Be sure to follow and like us on Facebook at Ranch It Up Show. We do a lot of updates on our social media. Our email is ranchitupshow@gmail.com. You can call and text us 24/7. The phone number is 707-RANCH-20. That's 707-726-2420. Spread the good word and join us again next week where it's always Tigger approved.
Stay ranchy and ranch it up.